The Audi S5, over the years, it has become a little bit complicated. Originally, it was available with a 3-litre V6 petrol, then Audi changed their mind and thought, actually, let's fit a 3-litre V6 diesel. Now though, because Audi uses the even numbers in its range for cars with EV power, the new S5 replaces the S4 Avant, therefore it is fitted once more with a 3-litre V6 petrol. Are you keeping up? No, I'm struggling as well. I think we should go for a drive. So I've only got this car for a limited time, so we're here for a good time, not a long time. Is that adjustable? No, a bit disappointing. So let's go for a drive, shall we? And away we go. So this has, I know what that is. Bear with me. Technical glitch. So this has 367 horsepower along with 550 Newton meters of torque. Of course, that power is fed to all 4 wheels via Audi's Quattro system and a 7-speed S-Stronic gearbox. 0 to 62, oh blimey, brisk. 0 to 62 is done in just 4.5 seconds, and as you would predict, the top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour. Right, I'm just going to adjust my seat a little bit because I feel a bit far from the steering wheel. That's a little bit better. Oh, makes a pretty good noise. Not as vocal as some of the other cars I've driven today, but it's a bit more refined and a bit more civilised. So yeah, these are very much my first thoughts. This is by no means a full review. So this is definitely heavier compared to some of the other cars I've driven today. So I do need to be mindful of that. For reference, I've driven a V6 Mazda MX-5, the Alpine A110R and the Renault 5 E-Tech. So this is definitely the biggest and heaviest car I've driven so far. Brakes are good, which is just, well, got a fair amount of weight to stop and speed to scrub off. The steering is nice and direct. This is pretty playful actually, considering it's a big Audi, and let's face it, big Audis aren't really well known for their playfulness, but you know what? This is doing a pretty good job. Of course, you've got a choice of driving modes. In fact, what drive am I? I'm in individual. No. We want dynamic. Let's go for dynamic. There we go. More noise, more performance, more fun. Now, even in dynamic mode, I would want the steering to be a touch heavier, but I must confess, I think it's more. Oh, good God! We've got a queue of cars. So I think someone's being told off in the Civic Tyre Park there. So yeah. Now, I've been to many of the SMMT test days at the Millbrook Proving Ground, and I've never had this. So whilst I'm stationary, which is almost unheard of, this is the S Launch Edition. So the car I'm sat in, apparently this is Horizon Blue. I'd say more like a grey, but it's got a blue tinge to it, I suppose. So this car is £69,650. So just to go through the specs I mentioned earlier, yeah, 4.5 seconds to 0 to 62, 155 miles per hour top speed. Fuel consumption 36.2, which for a Chief Marshal's come out. Oh God, it's serious. Yeah, 36.2 mpg, which I think for a V6 is actually pretty good. CO2 emissions are 176 grams per kilometre. Hold system, caution, incline is too steep. That's fine, my foot's on the brake, we're good. In fact, let me just put the parking brake on. Please, yes, I have taken over. Oh! That's interesting, I've never had that in a car. The parking brake won't activate because this hill is too steep, so I have to keep my foot on the brake. So yeah, I mustn't sneeze or move my foot. Now I would go through what the S Launch Edition offers in regard to equipment, but seeing as this trim level is no longer available, it does seem somewhat redundant. Therefore, let me focus on a trim level you can get your hands on now, well, at least at the time of filming. At present, there's actually only one trim level available for the Audi S5, which is called Edition 1. Starting from £70,550 for the Saloon and £72,450 for the Avant, it offers standard features such as 20-inch alloys, S Sport suspension with adaptive dampers, sports diff, red brake calipers, matrix LED headlights, digital OLED rear lights, panoramic sunroof with switchable transparency, electronically adjustable front seats with massage function, Bang & Olufsen premium sound system, 14.5-inch touchscreen, 11.9-inch virtual cockpit, 10.9-inch passenger touch display, heated and ventilated rear seats, heated steering wheel, 3-zone climate control, Parking System Plus with a 360-degree display, Park Assist Plus, yeah, the list keeps on going. One of the key things about the new Audi S5, it is the first Audi model to be built on the Premium Platform Combustion platform, or PPC for short. What that basically means is that this has a 48-volt mild hybrid system. You may think, no, that's not really new. Lots of cars have that, but this car has 2 electric motors and a bigger battery, and you can actually drive this on EV only for up to 18 miles per hour. It is much more technical than that, but I just want to give you a layman's overview of what's going on. Okay, so other first impressions. The ride is pretty good. This is an S model, therefore it is more performance based, but even so, the ride is compliant. A slight firm edge to it, but I'm happy to concede that because of the performance underneath. You need to have that, not damping ability, that's the wrong word. You need to have the ability to have that firmness, therefore when you do meet a corner, the chassis doesn't just flop over and this turns into a big boat. Of course, fast Audis have been known for their understeer, and I haven't really been given the chance to properly test that thus far because I was stopped for quite some time, quite surprisingly. But meeting a few more bends now, so let's see how the big Audi gets on, shall we? As I mentioned earlier, I would want the steering to be a touch heavier. It feels a little bit too light for me, in my personal opinion. Anyway, let's shut up and focus on the cornering. Oh, that's pretty good. A bit more agile than I was expecting. That's annoying that even in manual mode, it will still change up for you. No, if I want manual mode, I want it to be manual. Which is strange, because I'm sure in other Audis, it will let you go to the red line and it won't change up for you. Oh, this is very capable. Pop the gearbox back into its auto setting because in all honesty the manual mode isn't quite as manual as I would have wanted. In dynamic mode, I'm impressed by the ride. I know I touched upon it earlier, but I was expecting it to be firmer, so this has been a pleasant surprise. try some of the other settings. So let's go into comfort, just tone things down. The steering becomes even lighter. Yeah, I mean, for a big Audi, that steering just feels a bit too light for me. It feels a little bit disconcerting, I won't lie. Then you've got other settings, so you've got efficiency, or you have individual, whereby you can make your driving experience more bespoke. But let's go into dynamic. We'll do one more quick lap, and then sadly I need to give this car back to Audi. But if you ever enjoyed this video, then yeah, be sure to like, comment and subscribe, because the more views this video gets, the more likely I am to have one of these for a week, so I can give this car a much more detailed, thorough review. But let's just focus on the here and now, shall we? Let's go for one more, although I still do have some traffic in front of me. Let's hang back a bit. As you would expect from any fast Audi, it's just so efficient. It just goes about its business really well. Sure-footed, capable, more than competent for the task. And the handling is more dynamic than I was expecting. I think Audi have done a good job with this. It's no secret, it's a big car, quite heavy, and yes, whilst it does feel somewhat bulky in the corners, the cornering is yeah, the front end is pretty responsive, and you can get some decent speed through the corners, as I'm demonstrating now. Let's go for a late apex there. Oh, this is good. I like this. I definitely thought this would be a bit more understeery, but it's been a pleasant surprise. Right, that's the drain cover, so that's the apex there. Just felt the slight change in camber, just slightly disturb the near side rear. It's quite exciting. And then tuck it back in for this apex. God, this has been good fun, you know. I've driven a few fast Audis and I wouldn't always class them as fun. But this one has been pretty engaging. Yeah, some fast Audis can feel a bit numb, but I wouldn't say this is the case with the S5, at least at first glance, first drive. Like I say, these are very much my first impressions, and sadly this video is about to come to an end. I've enjoyed that. Thank you very much, Audi UK. So if you have found this video useful, or you've enjoyed it, or hopefully both, be sure to like, comment and subscribe. If you are subscribed, don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified every time I make a video. But until the next time, guys, be sure to keep up the car obsession.